Ben ik een zijcreëerder?
Ja,
Zijn we
live.
live?
Ja,
Oh, dus je bent al zeikend live
ja,
voor Amerika.
ja.
Hello everybody, it's Rob. And welcome to a live demonstration straight from Scorum in Rotterdam in the good old Netherlands. We are in lockdown. It's not fun, as you can imagine, and honestly, I haven't done a haircut in... Jelle, when was the last haircut?
November?
November. So I don't even know if I still know how to do it. But I got Mr. Brett here. You know, look at that jawline. And I'm gonna do a haircut. Now, when my friends asked me to do a live stream for them, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this nice long trim pompadour, or maybe a flat top, or a psychedelic wig. And I can do that if you want, but it might be fun to do something else, something weird. I haven't done this haircut ever before, so it might look absolutely ridiculous, and I probably wouldn't do this haircut on a client, well, you know, or it has to be that one typical client with such a unique style. But when I looked at Brett hair, you know, I kind of like this shape. It's kind of rock and roll-ish. So I want to do something with a mullet, but I've seen a lot of mullets lately, so I want to do it kind of different. I want to combine a super square shape with some length on this. So it's going to be a little bit of, it's going to be editorial in a way. It might look absolutely ridiculous, but yeah, you know, I think it's going to look a little weirdish, a little coolish, like me. We're just going to go for it because there's a lot of technique in there. I want to hurry up because I am the slowest barber in the whole wide universe. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with my first panel. Yeah, I'm going to take a section right on my parietal ridge. Now for me, sectioning is nothing more than drawing a map of my destination so I don't get lost. The haircut's already here in my head, but I have to translate it to you guys. So a little bit of sectioning is gonna help me out. Now what I know is that I want a super square shape and I want some length around the, how do you call that? The perimeter? I think it's the perimeter. Don't forget, I'm a Dutchie. There's a lot of English words I do not know, but I'm trying my best. So what I'm going to do is, next section, I'm going to take this panel right here by the ear. Yeah, and what I want is, I kind of want a little bit of a baseline right over here. Yeah. Because I want to keep this length here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I need a baseline to connect the rest of the hair with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this small little section here and I'm going to put in that baseline, yeah? So there we go. That is our first baseline. So as you can tell by lifting it, it's already kind of square, yeah? I am going to continue pretty much that same way of working, but as I go into the nape area, or the back area, I'm going to kind of, see, I'm going to keep it square, but I'm going to let the hair slide through my fingers just a little bit, because I want to go into the back with just a little bit more length. Right, so take another section here. I will be talking about products and everything. Of course, I'm going to do that later on. But I'm actually quite excited to do a haircut. It's really been a while. Jelle and myself and the guys from the old school have been working on a super cool project till we got the news that we had another lockdown. which has been really hard on us. Like, I can imagine it's been really hard for you guys. Because if there is one thing, if you got a creative mind, to sit at home, it's just terrible, isn't it? Now, I got this little baseline here, so what I want to do is, I'm going to use that baseline. I'm going to pick up this hair here. Now, I think you should stand over here, Yellow. See? So I got that baseline here, and what I'm going to do is use that same technique. See, slide the hair through my fingers, because I want some nice wispy length on the side, some make-believe sideburns, so to say. So you follow your line, slip it through. I don't really know what I'm going to do with that length on the side, but it's going to give me that modish, a little bit of a crossover. You know, I want a little bit of that 80s weird hair, rock and roll, crewish line there. Yeah, I'm pretty much going to continue that same technique. Now, don't worry that every section you take is going to be perfect combined with the other, because it doesn't really matter. You really want to keep length, and we're going to use that length to create texture. Yeah, so section. Yeah, look for your basic length, go in, let it slide through. Yeah, so because I took it out a little bit, I'm going to have a little bit more weight right over there. So we don't have that line going straight in, because I want to have a little bit more movement. I want the hair to be able to move around, create more texture. So up, yeah, look for that first little section you cut, and let it slide through. I know this is not really what you guys may be used to see, what I usually do, and again, it's not something that we are doing in our shop on a daily basis, but then again, you know, it's a little video for Reuzel, and Reuzel is, of course, well, I like to think one of the best, the best grooming product in the whole wide world, of course. So it might be fun to show you what you can do with it. Now, see, when you look at the front, you see this is turning out pretty flat, yeah? There's a lot of hair left here, so we got some hairdressing here, you know, section, scissor work, but I'm gonna use my clippers on top, because I'm gonna flat top the top, yeah? So I'm gonna build a bridge between classic barbering and some real technical hairdressing, as well as maybe a bit more of a creative approach to that hairdressing. See, leaving some length, section, section, there you go. So you get this nice, it's a bit of a mullet, but because we got length here, I wouldn't call it a mullet. That's when this whole panel would have been gone, right? Now, my next step, yeah, I'm pretty much gonna follow that first section that I took right behind the ear, take this all up, yeah, so there is a lot of length on that top triangle here. Yeah, I'm gonna save that till later. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna take, and this is pretty much the most important section of the mold. See, that is a straight section, but look at that implant of the hair, yeah? We got the implant here, we got the implant there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow that natural implant right there, and I'm gonna take out a bit of a triangle here in the front. Because I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it yet. This could actually look really cool with a fringe, like doing more of a mod haircut. Well, I want to go for the rockabilly version. Yeah. So I'm taking this section here, plus my previous section. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the previous section. See right there. And I'm going to take off all that length. All that length. There it is. Yeah. And I'm going to continue doing the same thing with that length on top. Now, remember, I told you guys. See, there it is. Can we all see it? Oh yeah, there it is, right? Nice and straight, boom. And boom. Yeah? Now this is gonna be my flat top later on. See, this is already gonna go pretty straight up. Yeah, again, I don't know if it's gonna work. Maybe it's gonna look absolutely ridiculous, but I can live with that. The only way you're gonna learn to do stuff is by screwing up stuff too, right? So this is just an idea. Now I know that my model, my client here, he's not really gonna care. And the cool thing with these mannequins is I do not like doing haircuts on the mannequins. Why is that? Because there is not really a natural fall, and my whole way of working is based upon the natural fall and implant of the hair. Cool thing about the mannequins though, I mean, they always have like, you know, the little dimple, the perfect nose, the jawline, so they kind of make everything look good, right? Go on top. Connect that little piece there. Yeah, so this is pretty short. Yeah, we're gonna leave a lot of length here in the front. The only thing I'm gonna take away right now, see, is over direct that whole part here and just remove a little bit of bulk. Now by following that line there, I do not have to worry about taking off too much. Now remember, this is gonna be super short, right? So it's just removing bulk. Yeah, you can already see that that shape is emerging here, right? So this is going to be quite flat. This is going to be a little bit quiffy, pompadourish, and then we get that nice little mullet going on there. Yeah. So moving on. Yeah, I'm going to take a section right in my triangle here. So I'm kind of following the what's the word? Pattern? The pattern. The pattern. Pattern? Pattern. Pattern. Well, the pattern. Pattern. Yeah? Now, this is going to be the easy part. Yeah? Because the only thing I got to do is loosely connect the previous cut layer. See, following my line. Now, I said it once, I said it before. My way of working, I usually have an idea in my head, and I want to go to the basic shape as soon as possible. So by taking big chunks and sections of hair and working quite, see, point cutting. This is going to be very, very loose, but you can see the shape emerge right over here. I just want to remove a lot of hair really fast so I can see what I'm going to do with the rest of the hair. Yeah? Another section. Now, if anybody has ever seen one of our videos, see, Scorum really got known for their classic haircuts, and well, I think it's not bragging when I'm saying that. We got pretty good at those classic haircuts, but for me it's very important that, especially when it comes to Reuzel, which for me is an all-round brand, is to always keep looking at what you can change in your way of working, how you can stay creative, so to say. So that is one side of the haircut. Yeah, we're going to move to the other side. I'm going to try to speed it up even a little bit. Normally, I give way more information about how to hold your comb and blah, 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 but I kind of want this live feed to be. Het is wel zo'n raar ding, hè? Had ik er maar zo. I kind of want the live feed. You know, if I go into all the details, it's going to be maybe a little bit boring. So I'm going to try to speed it up because I really want to go to the flat top part, because then we can really see the haircut, and that's where it's going to be exciting. You know, it's going to be exciting for me too, because again, I do not know what it's going to look like. It's going to be a bit of a weird, it's going to be a David Bowie-ish kind of haircut. You know, I can't wait to see what it's going to look like myself. Funny thing is, I really got the idea when I saw the mannequin and the hair, I wetted the hair and it was drying into a shape that I actually really liked. It was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to try it. It's been in my head for a while. So we're going to see what happens, yeah? Section. Baseline. Yeah? Continue. Now, I don't know who's watching, of course, but I think there is going to be hairdressers and barbers watching right now that are around, well, probably 46 to 55 years old, maybe. That right now go like, oh man, I used to do these all day long back in the, well, it kind of gives away the secret about my age, because I used to do these haircuts a lot back then too, you know, the faux hawks with the mullets, and it was quite a popular haircut, and this is a variation, so to say. See, slight the hair up. Slide it through. just keep using the little baseline as a guide to go through. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of different techniques to do this. You can pick up the hair, you know, and go upwards and do the whole thing. Or one of my favorites is to take a section. And I actually think we did a live demo with a friend of mine not too long ago where I used the flip technique. Flip technique is really, really nice, but it's more of a dry hair technique. So you take a section and then you kind of flip it around. So you got your baseline right there. And you kind of follow it like that. So there's all different techniques. And I really think that all of you guys, if you're into it, you know, just try to use all different techniques to go from really short to really long length. It is really, really fun to play around with. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you know, there's a lot of techniques. I mean, I've been watching VHS tapes from Fidel Sassoon when I was like 16 years old. Me and Lane, my business partner, of course, we used to have like 4 Fidel Sassoon tapes, and we used to look at all these techniques and combine them. I think that's what it's all about, you know. You have to train yourself, and it is very important. Now, I'm from a time. See, I am a little bit jealous about the kids nowadays because there is so much information out there, right? You got YouTube, you got Vimeo. It is really cool that you can just go online and watch all these techniques that are just online, you know, for free, and you can watch them as many times as you want. You guys are very, very lucky to have that, right? Because, and I know I'm going to sound like a dinosaur, but we literally had 4 VHS tapes that we watched over and over and over again. See, there we go. That's that guideline. But I might be a little bit jealous that you guys have this. On the other hand, well,
yeah.
Sorry, Ella, I'm driving Ella nuts with my jumping all around. On the other hand, you know, you guys are the new generation, so to say, which are absolutely, I think the quality of haircuts at this moment is insane. All these young kids, man, they're throwing out stuff which is absolutely brilliant to see. Then again, you know, I remember I used to skateboard, and nothing will ever beat the feeling of watching a skateboard video, you know, and get all stoked, all hyped up, go out skateboarding with your friends. You know, I used to wait in front of the mailbox because I ordered the new video from Santa Cruz or from H Street, and then it came in, you know, and all your friends came over, and only one guy in town had that one videotape. So you would watch it over and over again and try all the tricks that you saw. You know, we were that eager to learn, you know what I mean? Those times really were like the best. And now, I mean, I have all these sites on my Instagram page, skateboarding page. There is just so much out there, and it's so incredibly good. But the excitement of knowing you were going to learn a new trick, that feeling, that is really what I try to give people in all the classes that we do, you know, that feeling that you had back in the days, that you were just like, oh my God, I'm gonna learn a new trick, I'm gonna learn a new trick. Best feeling in the world. And that is pretty much why I will always be a teacher as well as a student, right? Okay, so what we got here is all the basic shape is pretty much there. Remember, just like very loosely take away some of that length in the front. Yeah. I think the red looks pretty good. There is a little David Bowie thing going on here, right? I mean, I'm seeing it. I think it's going to look really cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is drink some coffee. We're going to take some length off the top, yeah? I know there might be people out there that go like, it's really messy what he's doing. Yeah, I kind of a little bit agree with that, because I've been doing this for so long. And when I started this job, I was like, section, over direction, section, which is great. That is using your map. On the other hand, the longer I'm doing this, the more, you know, there is sort of a connection with the hair. You know where your body is, you know where to pull the hair to, just to remove a lot of bulk and create that basic shape. That is exactly what I'm going to do now. See, this is connected, this is loosely connected. Now I want to lose some length on top. So what I'm going to do is, see, because I know, I know my baseline's here are already cut, right? So this is done, pretty much. That means if I'm going to take all this hair on top, the sides will automatically fall out, yeah? So I'm going to push all this hair together right here. Boom. All to the middle. Up. Yeah? And boom. Which means I'm going to get a very strong concave right in the middle, yeah? There we go. So this is super short, this is shorter, yeah? Just double check my sides. Boom. Boom. Wow. Boom. 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 Okay, there we go. Yeah? Now, knowing I want to keep a little bit of the mullety feeling, I'm going to continue that line into my whole crown area. Lifting all this hair up. See, there's not much coming off. But that means I got a nice blend into that crown area. So, that was the beginning of the haircut. I'm going to dry the hair as fast as possible. I know it's going to sound horrible with the sound of the phone, so I'm just going to try to hurry up a little bit. A little bit of grooming tonic. It's going to make the hair sit easier after the blow drying. I'm really sorry. I'll be back. I'll be back. Als ik jij te lachen. Okay. Here we go. Up. See, I'm going to dry it into that square, flat toppy shape.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're not? No? Okay. I know the blow drying with these live things, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. What's important is I'm really looking at what the shape of the haircut is doing while I'm drying, even though it's a mannequin. Because normally in normal people's hair, I don't know, human hair, you would really look at the natural fall. Where does it want to go? Because the most important thing is you want the client to be able to recreate the haircut, especially a haircut as outspoken as this. You know, I will never do a haircut just for that one photo. Okay, so here we got our basic shape. Now I'm just going to turn Brett around a little bit here. So, oh, there you go. See, I can look at him in the mirror. Now, this is actually exactly how I had it in mind. See, there's going to be a little bit of structure here. We're going to flatten out the front. Again, not your average haircut, but definitely a little rock and roll-ish. So I kind of want to accentuate that in a little bit. So, and because of course it is a Reuzel squirm, it is, you know, we love our barbering as much as I love hair. I just really love hair and craftsmanship in general, right? So we're going to take a good look at the shape of our cut. And we're just going to accentuate it a little bit. Yeah? So, now, the flat top comb is more Lane's thing. I normally just use my normal comb. But in this case, you know, because we're getting all crazy and stuff, let's use the flat top comb. Going in, pulling all of this up. Remember, I pulled all the hair up to get that bit of a concave shape. That was just removing both, yeah, because now we can really see our shape emerge. So going in. See, pulling it all up. And again, it's not like your normal client's hair, but I think we can get that shape in pretty nice. See, following your line. See, I really love that combination of short on the sides, yeah, going into those longer lengths on the front. So what we're going to do now, just kind of going freehand a little bit, accentuating that shape. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen it too, but lately, especially on Instagram, social media, but also when you watch your streaming sites, you know, there has been a lot of TV shows that are highly inspired by the 80s. What's the name? Stranger Things. Yeah. Now, we have, of course, always talked about in our barbershop, we do classic haircuts. The word vintage is used a lot. I think that, you know, it's so weird because, and Lane, if he's watching, he's probably not watching, but if he would be watching, he's going to laugh so hard when I'm going to say this, because, you know, back in the 80s were horrible in a way. Yeah, like, you're a little younger than me, right? Just a little bit. The 80s were crazy, man. All the asymmetrical haircuts, the music, there was a lot going on, and a lot of it, trust me, wasn't really good looking. But now, you know, I really love the influences of music, because the music, oh man, you know, the hair bands, the metal bands, there was a lot of good stuff going on too, man. So what I really like is this combination of what we love to do, our old school pompadours and quibs. But, you know, just to play with it a little bit. Don't get too serious about your haircuts. Really try to play with the things that you already know and combine them. Yeah? Same story on this side. Oh ja, dat is ook wel gedaan. See, there is a lot of hairdressing, but there is definitely that combination with barbering. Because if I would have let the sides a little bit longer, like on that point where the hair connects to the top, the sides on the top, you would, and I don't know if you can see it from the front, see, if I would take this away, yeah, you basically got, can you see it? Yeah. So you basically got your pompadour, yeah? If I take away the mullet and would have gone a little bit shorter over there, I would have gotten my DA. If I would have left this a little bit longer, I would have had my flat top with fenders, yeah? So there are so many techniques that you can learn, right? But in the end, it's about understanding the hair and the cut you want to do, yeah? So, moving into the top. See, at this point, what you see is what you get. So I'm using my blending scissors, but I'm using them as if they were my normal scissors. Just adding a little bit of texture. Yeah, same story with that crown area. I can just lift it up and connect everything to that shorter crown area. Blending it all in. See, this is exactly how I would cut my flat top with fenders. See, looking for that flat top area. But right now, you're really using your eyes. Ja, het is lekker handig gebeurd. See, shake. Up. hair a little bit here. Hoe lang zijn we onderweg?
Geen idee.
Krijgen we vragen?
Weinig.
Huh? So, once you got your shape, the way I like it, you can really use all kinds of techniques to add a little bit of texture. Because again, these hairs are just like little extras, right? Now, again, see, it is not what I would call your average barbershop haircut. Not even close. But what I do believe is that you can learn a lot from trying to play with different textures, because what you do see right now is that a lot of people, they still like their pompadours, they like their quids, they like their flat toppy, but there's definitely more, we see it in the shop too. People ask for more texturized looks, and we can even tell by the Reuzel products, because our clay, and especially the extreme matte clay, those are flying off the shelves at the moment. The surf spray, people love a little bit of texture. Yeah. Classic haircuts, but with some movement in there. Yeah, and you might not gonna do this particular haircut, which I fully understand. I don't think I'm gonna do this haircut soon, but I actually did a photo shoot with Jelle like a year ago with this friend of mine that came in. He had hair like this, you know, and he was like, I want to shave it off, Rob. Can you shave it off? But he had the most beautiful hair. So I was like, hey man, of course, I'll shave it off. But before I shave it off, can I go wild, you know? And he was like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. So that was with Pancho. Yeah, you remember, right? It was really, really super cool. We did like all these classical, all these, not even classic looks, but looks influenced by music, heroes, anti-heroes, you know. So I did a little bit of a Mick Jagger kind of haircut, but it was also like old school hardcore, all kinds of stuff, you know. So it was really, really cool, but I got creative, and especially after these crazy COVID days, Man, this is like a how do you say that? A little of fresh air. A
Breath of fresh air.
A breath of fresh air. Yeah, so it would have been very, very easy for me to do another a pompadour. Yeah, and trust me, if I can choose a haircut that I want to do, it is and will always be a pompadour. But there is a pompadourish feeling to this one. See? Now I love Willie DeVille. He's an old rock and roll singer. He would totally rock a haircut like this, you know? And I'm pretty sure you know that one guy in town, that one girl in town, that just want to stand out. And those are the people, even when you look at history in music, artists, you know, it's always the people that have the guts to stand out that change the world. So, you know, whenever you get stuck, or whenever you want to get creative, get one of those the mannequins out, or even when one of your patrons or friends asks you like, hey, I want to take my hair off, just don't take it off. Don't be afraid to ask them to come to the shop one night and just go a little crazy with the hair, you know? Because you're going to be surprised at yourself what you can do with it, you know? There's just, you're going to broaden your mind. Yella and the old school team, myself, we are working on something new. I can't tell you too much about it, but man, it's getting us so excited. So right now, staying at home, you know, with the lockdown is driving us absolutely mental because we are so excited about this project. But it is also something that we have never done before. So I do not know what's going to happen. But, you know, you have to get out of the comfort zone. You know, it's the same. It's the same with the Reuzel products, you know. I mean, no matter what's going to happen, no matter how big it got, or, you know, we started it in the kitchen, you know, just by trying. Now I can tell you that was one horrible homemade that I made back then. But look what it became. You know, you gotta start. That first step on a long road. That's everything. So I'm really starting to like what Brett's looking like already. Do you like it? I don't know if you could. I don't know how many people are watching. Maybe a lot of people have afgehaakt. Hooked off.
Hooked off, yeah. There is that from to look, eh?
Huh? So just adding a little bit of texture on that front part here. Just add a little bit of Dirty Dancing here. Come on, Patrick. Nobody puts the unicorn. Now, even though it might not be for everybody a haircut like this, I hope you guys do see that I could have never done this without knowledge of the flat top. Yeah, because in the end, it is still a flat top. I just left some extra hair to play with. Nou, hoe vaak heb ik hem nou al aangezet? So, let's take a little bit of the...
Of the what?
The Reuzel matte extreme gold matte pomade, that's it. We always in the shop go like, hey, give me the green, give me the pink, give me the gray. Say looking for that natural
Cheeseburgers is geweldig.
cheeseburger, it's almost Dutch. Say just adding a little bit of texture, just play with, look guys, it is not a client. This is the moment you can play and experiment. That is, so even when the product's in, don't be afraid to see the thing with haircuts like this, you always gotta look for that perfect balance. So you want texture, but shape is everything. So I would say it's Bowie-esque, but you know, I'm not like, I love it when an artist or a photo or a comic book or a movie gives me a certain feeling. It is not that I just want to copy what I see. I want to get inspired by shape. It's even like looking at buildings, traveling, meeting people. You know, you never know when you're going to get an idea. That might work for you. Now, again, maybe for a client, although we actually have a couple of clients that really love their the mullets, but I think that if this would be a model, and I was working with Helen, you know, this would make a great photo shoot. You know, this would make a great photo if we have the right lighting. And yellow. You know, that is the beauty when you surround yourself with people that inspire you too. Yellow always sees something I do not see, but we always meet in the middle, right? And that is what makes photo shoots and stuff even more exciting, because I might have an idea, you know, but combining the idea with what Yella knows, what I know, it always ends just a little bit different than I would have hoped for. But somehow it always, working together, things always end better than I might have hoped for. So, yeah, definitely not for everybody. Some people probably go like, oh my God, that's absolutely horrible. I'm here for the pompadours. Well, I promise I'll do another pompadour real soon. But for me, being at home in lockdown, not being able to be creative and work, this was super fun, super exciting. I hope that the hairdressers here go like, oh yeah, I get that shape. I would have done it different, but I understand what he's thinking or where he wants to go with this. Yeah. So you can use maybe some of these techniques. Yeah. I had a great time. Thank you for watching. And I will be back really soon. I mean, I found another dude right here. So this is kind of what I had in mind. I wanted to do a longer pompadour Elvis clean the pompadour, you know, a little wave, a little bit of a finger wave on top. I might save that for the next time, yeah? So if everybody's like super nice in the comments, I'll do another live shoot really, really soon. Goodbye. See you next time. Thank you. This was Rob. I love it. I really like my hair.